Stoic morning habit. Go deeper. Wake up like a philosopher. Introduction. Freedom begins with a conscious morning. Have you ever noticed that some people begin their mornings gently, alert, calm, as if they've found their inner axis, while others, maybe you, maybe me, start the day by running after time, running through to-do lists, running after a sense of meaning. You open your eyes, your phone lights up, and with a single swipe, you're pulled into a world that isn't yours. Inbox, news, noise. But let me ask you, are you truly free, or are you just reacting to the day before it even begins? Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic, an emperor, a fellow seeker, once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." So what would happen if morning wasn't the start of a to-do chain, but a gateway to autonomy, a silent revolution where you choose how to live instead of life choosing for you? Here are 10 powerful morning practices inspired by Stoic philosophy. Each one is a small act of self-mastery, each one a quiet nod to the life you truly want. Let's begin. 1. Wake up with intention. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to break promises to yourself? From the very first minute of the day. You say you'll wake up at 6, but you hit snooze twice. Then you scroll your phone, then you're late. You brush it off. It's no big deal. Everyone does it. But deep down, something shifts. Quietly. You've just taught yourself, my word doesn't hold much weight. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus, waking up on time, isn't about military discipline. It's about self-respect. You begin your day with a small act of mastery. You say, "I got up as promised. I'm starting today awake, not just in body, but in mind." Sarah, a freelance designer in Austin, wakes up on time every day, no matter what. "It's like I'm telling my brain, I take this life seriously," she says. Practice. Choose a consistent wake-up time, even on weekends. Place your phone out of reach. When the alarm rings, stand up. No negotiations. Let me ask you, what would change if you began your day by keeping your very first promise? Blanche 2. Master your first thought before the world claims. Notice this. The moment you open your eyes, your hand reaches for your phone before your mind can even say, "Good morning." Notifications, news, other people's voices, before your own. You think it's harmless. Just a quick scroll. But really, you've traded your peace. For what? The Stoics warned of this long ago. The danger of giving away your mind too early. Be careful not to be swept away by the whirlwind of everything. Marcus Aurelius. When your first thought belongs to Instagram or email, you're not living your life. You're reacting to someone else's. Jake, a college student in California, used to check Reddit before even sitting up. Now, he spends 60 seconds sitting upright, breathing, and writing one line. "How do I want to show up today?" he says. It sounds small, but it makes the whole day mine. Practice. Charge your phone away from the bed. If possible, use a real alarm clock. Keep a journal bedside. Write one line before doing anything else. What is most important today? Let me ask you, who gets your first attention? Your inner compass or the world's chaos? Pasta 3. Visualize the storm so it won't knock you down. Let me ask you, has a bad meeting, a harsh message, or a surprise criticism ever wrecked your whole day? That's what happens when we enter life, expecting calm seas. But Stoicism doesn't promise smooth waters. It gives you the strength to row through them. Each morning, remind yourself, today I will encounter interference, ingratitude, arrogance, betrayal, ill will, and selfishness. Marcus Aurelius. This isn't pessimism, it's preparation. Negative visualization is mental training. When the storm hits, you don't panic, because you've practiced calm. Peace is no longer luck, it's training. Emma, a project manager in Chicago, asks herself each morning, what might challenge me today? She imagines harsh feedback, system glitches, difficult colleagues, and how her best self would respond. When it happens, she says, I'm not overtaken. I'm ready. Practice. Spend 2 quiet minutes visualizing one thing that might go wrong today. Ask, what would my Stoic self do? Let me ask you, what would change if you trained for difficulty before it had a chance to knock you down? 4. Remember death, and you'll remember to truly live. You've heard it before. Someone passed away unexpectedly, a loved one gone, a seemingly ordinary day shattered by impermanence. And for a moment, you see it. Nothing is guaranteed. Then you scroll on. The Stoics didn't scroll on. They looked directly at death, not to be gloomy, but to be awake. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Marcus Aurelius. Remembering death doesn't make you sad. It makes you clear. You argue less about small things. You say thank you faster. You love deeper, live cleaner. Mike, a photographer in Seattle, keeps a memento mori card in his wallet. Remember you will die. He says, it doesn't scare me. It sharpens me. I don't waste time on small stuff. I dare to live big. Practice. Every morning, take one deep breath and remind yourself, this may be my last chance. Ask, if this were my last morning, what would truly matter? Let me ask you, if you remembered, truly remembered, that today could be your last, what would you stop delaying? 5. Choose a way of being, not just a to-do list. You open your planner, back-to-back meetings, emails, errands, deadlines. But you know this. Being busy doesn't mean being clear. You can get everything done and still lose yourself. Don't waste time debating what a good person should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. The Stoics didn't ask, what do I need to do today? They asked, who do I want to be while doing it? Because the quality of your actions flows from the quality of your character. Daniel, a software engineer in New York, used to start the day with email. Now he chooses one word: patience, clarity, kindness. I'm not just choosing tasks, he says. I'm choosing who I want to become. Practice. Before opening your phone or calendar, choose one core quality for the day. Write it down. Say it softly. Let it become your inner compass. Let me ask you, if your schedule is full but your soul is foggy, are you leading your life or just reacting to it? Course 6. Return to stillness before the noise begins. Try to recall, when was the last time you started your morning in real stillness? No scrolling, no podcasts, no planning. Just sitting, breathing, being. Most of us jump into noise right away. News while making coffee, podcasts while brushing teeth. But the Stoics knew, stillness isn't emptiness, it's power. Nowhere can man find a more peaceful retreat than into his own soul. Marcus Aurelius Chris, a father in Denver, calls it his 5 minutes of clarity. Before the family wakes up, he lights a candle, sits on the floor, and just breathes. I don't always feel wise, he says, But in those 5 minutes, I remember, peace doesn't need to be found, only recognized. Practice. Sit still for 3 to 5 minutes each morning. No devices, no distractions. Let thoughts pass. No chasing, no resisting. Block of 7. Nourish the mind before the body, before coffee, before email, before news. What are you feeding your mind? You may think a few minutes on social media won't hurt, but what you take in at the start of the day will color your entire mental palette. The Stoics said it plainly. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. So why not begin with clarity instead of clutter? Nina, a barista in Portland, used to start her day with TikTok. Now she opens a book of philosophy, reads one quote, and reflects while sipping her first coffee. I don't always fully get it, she says, but it calms my mind more than doom scrolling ever did. Practice. Keep a book you love near your bed, Marcus, Seneca, or Epictetus. Read one passage each morning, then ask, how does this apply today? Let me ask you, if your mind becomes what it consumes, what are you feeding it each morning? Then 8. Awaken the body to awaken the warrior. Within you don't need to run 5K or lift like a Marine. But let me ask you, do you start your day as someone in charge or someone being dragged along? Stoics respected the body not for looks, but for discipline, endurance, and readiness. You must control your body, or it will control you. Epictetus movement reconnects you with life. Breath, warmth, presence. You're not just existing, you're alive. Tasha, a teacher in Atlanta, used to scramble each morning. Kids, traffic, caffeine. Now she spends 5 minutes stretching by the window with her favorite jazz playlist. It's not exercise, she says. It's me coming home to myself. Practice. Choose a movement you enjoy. Stretch, walk, sway to music. Do it for 3 to 10 minutes, fully present. Let me ask you, if your body were a temple, not a to-do list, how would that change your morning? 9. Clear your space to clear your mind. Have you ever tried to focus in a messy room? Dirty coffee mugs, unmade bed, cluttered desk? It seems minor, but you feel the weight, the chaos, inside and out. The Stoics understood. Outer order reflects inner clarity. Beauty lies in orderly arrangement. Marcus Aurelius. When you clean your space, you're not just tidying, you're sending a message to your soul. I deserve clarity. I choose peace. Sam, who works remotely in Boston, used to open his laptop from bed. Unmade sheets, foggy head. Now he starts by making his bed, opening the window, wiping his desk. I don't clean for neatness, he says. I clean for clarity. Practice. Spend 3 to 5 minutes bringing order. Fold the blanket, wipe the desk, let in light. Make your space a place you want to be. Let me ask you, if your space reflects your mind, what do you want it to say about you today? Day 10. Practice gratitude. Before the world tells you you're lacking. Before social media tells you you're not beautiful enough. Before your inbox says you're behind. Before ads whisper you're missing something. Ask yourself, what in your life is already enough? The wise man is content with what he has, not distressed by what he lacks. Epictetus' gratitude isn't fluff. It's armor. It shields you from the waves of comparison and scarcity. It brings you back to what is real, this breath, this sunlight, these loved ones. Lena, a nurse in Phoenix, keeps a small notebook beside her coffee maker. Every morning she writes. One thing she sees, one person she's grateful for, one moment she wants to cherish. Life is still stressful, she says, but I begin the day with fullness, not fear. Practice. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. No repeats, no vague answers. However small. Warm socks, a smile, the smell of toast. Let me ask you, if you began your day by counting what you have, how would that shift how you chase what you want? Conclusion. You don't need a perfect morning, just a present one. You've read through 10 habits, but this isn't a checklist to complete. It's an invitation to return, to yourself, to presence, to the life you truly want to live. A good life is made of small steps, but never small things. Zeno of Citium. Tomorrow you don't need to do all 10. Just choose one. One action, one gesture, one dot that begins a new sentence in your life. And step by step, you won't just have better mornings, you'll have a clearer, deeper, truer life. A small suggestion. Scroll back through the 10 practices. Choose the one that resonates most with you today. Practice it for 3 days, just that one. Then come back here. Choose another. Build rhythm, build habit, build yourself. Let me ask you, which of the 10 is calling to you tomorrow morning? And if you know someone who also needs a more conscious morning, send them this video. You never know. You might be giving them the gift they've been searching for all their life. Keep going. Keep choosing you.